Episode 3, baby.
Yeah. Can't
Oops, we said it. Okay.
Okay, so episode 3.
Episode 3. We missed a week. We're sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I pushed my body beyond its limits, which, I didn't know that was possible. I sounded like I was turning into like a 13-year-old boy. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
It was
my voice is sounding like this.
Everyone was like, hey, dude.
Are
Hey,
you
you good?
Yeah.
Like, you okay?
I was okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
It was
Yeah.
literally just my voice.
Like, your
though.
your body was fine.
Yeah.
It was your throat
Yeah.
that was screaming for help.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we missed last week.
Yes.
Because the girl could not speak. What were we supposed to do?
I'm sorry. We thought about it. I was gonna do like sign language, but we really don't need a third language we need to learn.
No more languages for me.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm already having a hard
We're
enough
good, we're
time.
good.
You just have to say that you're fine.
My oops of the week was that I accidentally got mistaken for a domi girl.
Which is a hostess girl.
Like a hostess girl, like
Af-
karaoke bar, like afters type thing.
Yeah, and they probably don't want us to talk about this actually.
Oh. Well, the point is,
we won't be saying which establishments these are.
Yeah.
But these are
it's
slightly illegal things you can do in Los Angeles.
they're just like, they're pretty well, like, they're well
Yeah.
known.
Yeah.
Like, they're everywhere. You can find them wherever, maybe.
If you know.
But it's like a hostess bar, and I was just there with my friends, and I got mistaken there as a hostess 3 different times.
Yeah. A girl for hire.
A girl for
a
hire.
good time girl for hire.
Which I was like passing my bag at this
Yeah.
point. Cause like
Hey,
I was leaving one, and the fucking guy goes,
hey, you got paid?
I say, yeah,
Yalpa.
I sure did. I sure did. But I did it, and I should have been at this point.
Honestly, hire us.
So that was my oops, because it was just like, girl, at least get paid if you're gonna get mistaken.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Like,
Yeah.
you should get your bag for what you go through in life.
I know. I'm always saying to my guy friends, I'm like, you guys should be paying me for this. I do this for you for free.
Well, when a
Keep your
parent
company. Look hot.
Keep
Sit
your
next to you. Please.
and what? And what do we have to show for it? Bacterial vaginosis.
So, week 3,
Week
we
3.
have a very exciting moment.
First time on the
ever.
scene. First
Yes.
time ever on Oops, We Said It.
Uh-huh. We have our very first guest!
Woo!
Get ready!
Everyone, welcome
Kegan! No outside clothes on the bed!
No outside clothes, Kegan.
Kegan-kun is my neighbor, actually. And we found this out because you moved in like a lot later than me. I was here first.
Mhm.
And I started seeing like a new guy walking around my little neighborhood. And he's like pitter-pattering around his yard. And I was having a dinner party one night. And Sam was actually here on that fateful day. And so my nanny, she's like my mom that raised me. She was cooking for us. She's like a very extroverted 80-year-old lady. And she's like, oh, there's a new neighbor out there. You should invite him to dinner. And I'm like, I don't know if that white boy's gonna want Japanese food.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
We're like, oh, she keeps asking me. So I'm like, okay, I go outside. I'm like, hi, neighbor. I'm June. Would you like to come over for dinner? And he's like, oh, maybe. Is this how you remember it?
Yeah, I think I was like walking back from something and you were like, oh, like I'm having like, oh, and I was like, you're having a dinner and like some friends couldn't make it, so you have extra food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
She
then.
said, stop right there, mister. You're coming home with me.
And he sure did. No, not like that.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Not like that.
So he walks in, this white man, which I assumed he was. He comes in, and then I'm like introducing him. I'm like, oh, this is my new neighbor. What's your name again? Like, Kegan. And I'm like, translating me, like, Kako-chan, like, これ、お隣さんのケイガン君って言うんだけど, and then all of a sudden he goes, はじめまして。ケイガンです。Kawamura Keganです. And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is this white boy speaking full on fluent?
It was shocking because like most of the people that were there like didn't really speak Japanese
Yeah.
either, and so no one was expecting just a fluent Japanese
Yeah.
person to just move in right across the way and be able to just hang out.
All the chances in Los Angeles.
And ever since then, Kegan's just been our good buddy.
Yeah.
June's neighbor from across the way,
Uh-huh.
and that's that.
Yeah.
On that, we're super excited to have him.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Kegan.
It's only fitting he's our first guest because he's like a common in and outer of the house that we see on our best days, our worst days. He's helped us with a lot of things. He's been there for a lot of our most treacherous moments.
That is very
And he's
true.
been a big support every single time. So we thank him for that. Everyone
Thank you,
clap.
Kegan.
Sav and June have shown me many different sides of LA that I probably would have never seen if I was out here by myself. So I do appreciate it.
Go us.
Okay, so today with Kegan
Yes.
here, because he is just like June, he's a Japanese American. We're gonna talk to him about nicknames. Nicknames in Japan, or like Japanese nicknames.
Your mom's Japanese, right?
Yeah, my mom grew up in Tokyo,
Uh-huh.
and she came over here in like early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, and so my name's Kegan in
Kegan.
Japanese. It's the same as English, but she calls me Kei-chan.
Keita.
Yeah,
So
Keita.
cute.
How did she get
You
that?
know, I mean, that's a good question. I think like in Japan, you like to kind of shorten
Mm-hmm.
things, names or whatever, and then you add a little chung at the end to make it sound a little cute. I don't know, because she's been calling me that since I was a little kid.
So there's chan and kun in Japanese, which is like
Right.
it's either like terms of endearment and kind of an honorific. In Japanese, if you don't put something at the end of someone's name, like san, chan, or kun, we say yobiste, which means like calling and throwing you away, basically.
Oh.
So like it translates to being like, oh, like you just threw my name away without putting an honorific on it.
Wait,
That-
so what do
that's-
you say? Like, is like you're mad? Like you're like yobiste.
It's just more like
You have to be really close with someone
Exactly, yeah.
to have the right to not put an honorific on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference between chan?
So
san?
sama
Kun.
is the most like an emperor or like
Ooh.
or someone if you're in like customer service, I feel like.
right.
Yeah, you
if
would
you're
say sama.
if you're checking into a hotel
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they would call you sama, and then the next level is san,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like not gender specific, but then like chan and kun are more cutesy, and you especially use them with kids, and like chan is a little bit more feminine, and kun's a little more masculine.
Yeah.
But chan can go both ways. Like we call you a chan.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my choice that my mom called me,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah.
Well,
It is-
kun. They also call people kun in like Thai, right?
I don't know any Thai at all except be like Sawadika.
I don't know any Thai, but I literally hear, because sometimes I randomly watch Thai
Yeah.
dramas for some reason.
Uh-huh.
They got a lot of good BLs in the Thai.
Oh, they
in
do.
the Thai
they
language.
do. BL stands for boy love.
Boy love.
Mhm.
It's basically gay.
We
Gay
love
shows.
gay. We love
Gay
a gay show. We
shows.
love a gay show.
Talk, Valentina. I lie.
Well, when Sav is in Japan,
Yeah.
Japanese people can't pronounce the V sound, so we call her Sabi-chan.
Sabi-chan. Isn't that
Sabi-chan.
the cutest thing ever?
So cute.
Sabi-chan. I love it. It's so cute. I'm only introducing myself as Sabi from now on.
Sabi.
From now when we move to Japan, I'm
Uh-huh.
literally only gonna be Sabi.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
No one's gonna ever know my real name ever.
Savannah.
Savannah is too much. Like, hello, my name is Savannah. So then you're Kei-chan, I'm Sabi-chan. What are you doing?
I'm Mayu-chan.
You're Mayu-chan.
My Japanese name is Mayuko.
Mhm.
So like the chan-kun format, you can say a full name and then say Mayuko-chan.
Mhm.
But when you're friendly, like medium friendly, you kind of like drop a couple syllables, or like you keep the first syllable and then put a chan or kun on. I feel like that's
Which
pretty
is, I mean, that's what
common,
happened to me,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kegan,
So it's like a term of endearment, but also like of respect.
Yeah,
so
respect,
so
yes.
that you're like acknowledging that person's name
Yeah.
as like a relevant person to your
Yeah.
life, but also like, you know, being
Yeah.
like, aw,
If I meet anyone and I find out they're older than me, I would probably san them.
son
Oh,
them.
for sure.
And then when you realize they're like of same level age as
Mm-hmm.
you can like chan or kun them.
So you co-san them as your elder.
Oh god, Kosan.
Period. But we call Kako-chan Kako-chan.
Yeah.
But that's just because, like, you call her that, so I call her that.
Yeah, a lot of
But
people
normally,
say
if I were just meeting her, like, would I call her Kako-san?
Yeah, you would say Hasan.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You would also usually do like the last name too, right?
Yeah,
In
you can.
Japan.
Yeah, I think at school teachers will call you last name son.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole big deal when there's like, oh, you called them by the first name.
Yeah. Well, no, yes. Once you're fluent in Japanese, there's a moment that's like in kind of like dating, especially from a girl's perspective, when a guy like yobistes you for the first time.
Uh-huh.
I feel like anime culture does this when you're
Yeah.
like, kintoshita. You're like, oh, he yobisted me. Like,
That's kind of sexy. I was like, oh shit.
yeah.
I'm getting a little freaky.
Okay, I
we
get
like
that.
that.
Beyond after the tan and the kun, Japanese people have these cutesy little like noises you can put in place of chan and kun. And so it would be like sabichi or like sabipyeong or like
I mean,
Can we
for
like
you,
wait? Can we
you're-
lean back? This is
Yeah.
like too much for me.
oh
You,
Too much
you
for
were,
my
you were,
back.
you were Mayutan, right?
mayu tang, yeah,
Yeah.
tang. That's how I became tantan.
I thought you became Tantan because you just named yourself that.
I did, but like in my
People still
mind,
call
I
it- say
heard
that, though.
mayu tan, and I was like tantan,
Oh, okay.
and then I was like, I want to be called tantan.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like cutesy little sounds. I don't know where those came from.
Sometimes you just say something because it sounds
Yeah,
cute or funny.
it's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
You
It's a
know, in
little different.
English, I would liken it to being like Savannah. You know,
Saviana.
yeah, like
Oh, okay.
you know, like making a little fancy, like making shorter names fancier, kind of.
It's like a nickname. kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, because both of you guys are Japanese American, but you kind of
Sure.
have different experiences.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, Kegan, what your experience is like versus June's, I guess.
Well, so I grew up in San Francisco, so it was a pretty diverse city, and I went to actually an elementary school that had a Japanese like bilingual
Oh, really? I didn't know
program.
that.
Yeah, so like I did get to go to Japan like every summer
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger. For some time, I went to school with my cousin actually.
Oh, really? Oh, because when you go in like June in when
Yeah.
American school lets out for the summer, it's still like in session.
Yeah.
In Japan.
Yeah, 'cause
So
school
you can
starts in
have-
April.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can have a little bit more time.
So you
Uh,
felt like pretty immersed in like your culture, even though you were like in America.
Right. You know, I read like a ton of manga too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's honestly like how a big part of how I kept up with my Japanese, and like
Oh.
I can like read kanji
He
now.
reads way
Oh,
better.
shit.
He's like way better at Japanese in some sense.
You can
than
read
me.
kanji, bro?
I mean, I also used to go to like Saturday school.
Did you
Japanese.
feel like a hafu prejudice from like full Japanese kids when you were there?
No, actually, not really. No,
Were they like,
Well-
oh, kakkoi? Like,
there's more than
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, I look white,
yeah.
but then I'm like speaking Japanese, so
Uh-huh.
there's like a bit of a wow factor.
Yeah.
It's like you don't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
They also see me as
Mhm.
like a visitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's part of that too, where it's like you got to be polite to like visitors.
Sure.
You know, you're hosting.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't really have any kind of negative experiences, I would say, fortunately. It's more like you might be alienated
Right.
more often. It's not like prejudice per se, but it's always
Mhm.
like you're always seen as the other. If I'm like with white people or something,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, you're the Asian guy, but then like if I'm with Asian people, it's like, oh, you're the white guy.
I feel like you're a little younger than me, but like I have a niece and nephew that is in Japan right now, and I feel like they do get a little bit othered.
Yeah.
Yeah, being hafu, and they'll be like, oh, you just don't get it the way we get it, because you're a little white, you're a little something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's like it's way more bully culture when we were growing up, I think, than now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it was also, I think, a little bit difficult to connect with people.
Mhm.
I always felt like excited when I meet other hafus.
Mm-hmm.
But then over time, I kind of realized like even hafus, like everyone's experiences are very different.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a
Being
learning thing for
Asian and
me.
being Blasian, I imagine, is very different.
Well,
Sure,
probably.
sure.
Yes.
My mom's always like, you better thank me for
Yeah.
like teaching you Japanese. So
No, that's
Thanks,
so.
Mom.
A lot of like immigrants will be like, I want my kids to have the best chance at assimilating.
sure.
So then
Yeah.
they'll like purposely not teach you just because be like, oh, it's like a power move to only speak English and like
Yeah.
prove that you're American.
I feel like also like maybe the parent doesn't really feel that in touch with their culture, doesn't like value it in the same way, and that's also because like being French doesn't have the same cultural connotation that other Asian cultures do, or like
That's
other
true.
cultures in general. So it might not be as like
Like a
important
heavy-
for people
yeah.
to maintain the language of like that culture, because like Europe is like relatively similar to American
Yeah.
culture in a lot of ways. But I think like anyone, if you have a kid and you can speak a different language, teach your kid that language, please, because they're gonna be so happy to be bilingual, and they're gonna feel so the best that they know more than one language besides fucking English.
I'm so grateful.
Because English is boring. English is just English. Okay, no, English is cool. Like, English is fine. Like, English is cool, too. But like, being bilingual is the best. Being a polyglot is the best.
Agree.
And you're learning Japanese now, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
I'm learning.
Sweet.
Mata mata desu.
Mada mada desu.
Mada mada desu.
Mada
Mada mada desu.
Uh-huh.
Savannah.
Ooh, and speaking of mada mada, it's kind of, should we do our onomatopoeias now?
Oh, yeah!
Okay.
So, I hear onomatopoeias are a big thing in Japan. What's the T on onomatopoeias?
I actually don't know historically
I don't
how that
either.
started.
Yeah.
Fake.
Hey,
Fake
I
Japanese.
I
Fake
was
Japanese.
born in America. And I grew up
Okay,
here, so
okay. Okay.
That's a nice thing about being half too. You can kind of switch back and
Yeah.
forth. to whatever's
You can code
convenient,
switch.
Yeah.
You can code switch. You can code switch when it's beneficial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be like, oh, I don't know.
I'm American. There are a lot of just sounds like if they
They're
don't-
very used very often colloquially, and we use it a lot.
All I know is that it's words that are like spelled like a sound. So
Yeah.
like choo choo is an onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Vroom vroom.
Uh-huh.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those are onomatopoeias.
Yeah.
If you want a more detailed answer, go to Wikipedia.
So I guess we'll read one off and you
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
guess
so
what it means.
So I'm just guessing what the onomatopoeia, the Japanese onomatopoeia.
yeah,
is.
like most of these are gonna be more like
Hold on.
emotional,
Oh,
like
mhm.
emotion based.
I have I have a hair on my lip. Okay. Okay, so I should guess like what this mean, like what the feeling is.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be like
or you can be
vroom vroom.
It might be.
It could be like
It could
a
be.
like
Let's just try one. Let's
it could
try
be like
one.
an action, but it's mostly like
Yeah.
what
Okay.
people are feeling or doing.
Okay. Okay. So the first one is
Doki doki.
doki doki.
Doki doki.
Doki doki.
Okay. What does it sound
I
like?
feel like that means you're like feeling like anxious. You're like, I'm doki doki right now. Like a little kooky.
Okay, that's kind of close.
That's pretty close actually.
Yeah.
Doki doki is like it's like the sound of your heart.
Thumping.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
but
Doki,
it's used like when you see something you like or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be emotional, like romantic, but it can also. Yeah, I think it's usually kind of romantic, huh? Can you say it when it's
Usually.
like an interview for a work thing or something? Like doki doki stuff.
Or yeah, you could. Or
Maybe.
like when you get like jump scared or something, it's
Mhm.
like oh, doki
Yeah.
doki.
Yeah.
Doki. Okay, so like okay.
It's your
okay.
heart thumping.
Doki doki.
Yeah.
Doki
So
doki.
anxious, honestly, that's
Yeah.
pretty close. That's
Yeah,
pretty
good job.
Ding ding ding.
good. Alright, we'll see if you get the next one.
Number 2. Kyun.
Cute, cute.
It sounds cute.
You're on the right track.
Okay, kyun. Like, okay, is it like, aw, someone's cute, or like, oh, they look sweet.
It's not sweet.
Okay,
It's
okay.
closer to doki. It's like in line with doki doki.
Or like, I have a crush on them. You're like,
Yeah.
kyun.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shit,
It's
guys, I will do great in Japan.
It's your heart basically squeezing. Do you think it's like your heart?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like when you're like, that's
It's
when you're like cute, right?
It's less cute.
Oh.
It's more like I think it's when you have like butterflies.
Yeah.
You say
like,
kyun kyun or like just kyun?
Or you can be like
It's
cute,
like
cute,
cute.
cute, cute.
Kintoshita is I think what I hear most. It's like that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
felt that.
So wait, what is it? What was the first one?
Doki
Doki
doki.
doki. So it's like doki doki, doki doki.
Yeah.
And another one's like kyun.
There we go. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
This one's kind of a weird one.
Oh shit.
It kind of highlights how Japan has so many
Mhm.
onomatopoeias, but shin.
Sheen.
Yeah.
Is that like when you're like spacing out? You're like
That.
sheen. Like
it's
you're like
pretty
having a little bit of
good.
like a brain zap, and you're like, shing.
A little bit.
It's pretty close.
So
pretty
it's
close.
basically the sound of silence.
Nothing's
like
going on.
awkward
It's like you
silence.
kind of have that like ringing in your ear. It's
Oh.
like sheen.
Oh.
If we're in like a party setting or something, or like a really lively setting, and then like someone kills the vibe, they'll say something like they'll something
Like
say something.
crickets.
Oh,
Yeah.
when everyone's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and then when it goes silent, I'll be like, 急にシーンとしちゃったね. Like, oh, like there's just like a silence fell over us.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying that when somebody says something.
Or
weird.
literally, like if you just want to feel this, yeah, you don't even have to say
I'm
like
gonna
the
do
sheen
it.
to shit. You just go. Sheen.
I'm gonna do that.
New stims unlocked.
This is like my new stim gallery for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Geta geta.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that. Geta, like, ooh, like, geta.
What is that?
What does that mean?
Like, ooh, you're like, ooh, like, I'm feeling kind of like, feeling kind of hot and bothered right now.
Oh.
Is that right?
It is not.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
wait, let me try again. Geta, like, I don't know. I can't guess this one. It's hard.
It's should we just? It's like laughing, but you're like
Loudly.
specifically like
Oh,
cackling. You're like
Oh.
geta geta warateru. Like
Oh,
like, you're just
okay,
going
geta.
crazy.
Oh, okay, so basically what I was just doing.
Yeah.
Geta.
But I do think it can be used kind of derogatory.
Oh.
It's not like a classy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're
Savannah.
When I tell you like a personal story where it's like always laughable, I'd be like, can you not get at this moment right now at me?
Okay,
I'd be like-
okay. Like, it's not that funny,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
funny. Like,
I think it's kind of like an obnoxious laugh. It could be
Okay.
taken as that. Yeah.
so were you saying I was getaing just now, Kegan?
You're a get kind of gal.
Yeah. And June's a.
Oh yeah, what am I?
Should we just say it?
Yeah.
June's a kusu kusu
Kusa
type
kusa?
person. It's like. Kusu, 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 kusu.
June is not kusa kusa.
I'm pretty get too.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Kusu, 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 kusu.
Oh, that makes sense. I would have, like, okay, like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I can do that too.
That would freak me out. I'd be
I
like,
love-
what's
I
wrong
love
with me? What's wrong
Is
with
that
me
what you
right
do
now?
at the Doni bars?
Unfortunately.
If we were getting paid, I would kusu for the money.
Yeah, I probably go. Sometimes I can kusa when I'm like, yeah, when I'm trying to be like cute, I'll be like, I go like, yeah. If I have to though, it's not my,
Must be forced.
it's not who I really am.
Okay. Nico Nico.
Nico.
Yeah.
Aww. I love that.
That's not. That's pretty close too. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a little baby, you go Nico.
Oh, close.
Wow,
What
you're
is
good
it?
at this.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nico Nico is like the sound of like someone like cheesing, like smiling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like they had a really good day.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Aww.
I would use it and be like, who got you smiling like that?
Oh.
I'd be like,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Or Nico or Nia Nia.
Yenya's a little more like.
Like, not sneering.
It is
Like-
yeah, that's closer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay, but yeah, Nico is like a genuine, like, why are you smiling like
Okay,
that?
okay.
Like, Nico
Like,
shitteru no.
Nico Nico's wholesome.
Yeah.
Nia Nia,
okay.
it's a little more like.
Oh, I did something bad.
Like
Yeah,
cheeky. Yeah,
a
well, I
little-
did something a little bad.
Nico's like, oh, okay, yeah, like, okay, like, you're like, you have a big crush on someone and they like text you and they want to go on a date and you're like,
Yeah.
you come home and you're like, or you had a really good date
Yeah.
with someone and you're like,
Yeah, I'd be
and
like,
you walk through the door and you're like, Nico.
Yeah, I'm
What do
like,
you say?
I'm like, なんでニコニコしてるの? Like, why are you smiling like that?
And what do I say?
You say, I don't know, something good happened.
I
you just
No,
really
I say,
happy.
what's the like?
Cute.
Oh, yeah. Alright, now use all the sounds in a sentence.
Okay. Wait, I don't know how to like say the words. I'll
Yeah.
just say
Just say it in
the
English.
sounds.
Okay.
Doko doko.
Doki.
Oh, I'm feeling doki doki right now. I'm getting right now. Getting.
Sheen.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Nico-
our reaction to you.
I think I get it. That's like pretty fun, honestly. I wish that America had more stuff like that.
It says a lot,
She's doki doki right now.
It says a lot by saying very little, I feel like.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's like fun. It like really like expresses what you feel in a way that.
Would you like to be in the scene?
Come on, Luna.
You wanna come? Up. Oh, I feel like we should do one more.
I think one more, yeah.
Oh my god. Is that like when you feel ill?
No.
Good. Like I don't know.
Okay, it's kind of like the sound of being stabbed. Like
It's like impactful, kind of like it's like oh.
Like someone says, like someone's like, you
I would
look
say
bad
in the heart,
today.
though.
Yeah.
You look bad today.
It's good
When
to
you
compare it to like kyun. It's like kyun to kita and good to kita.
wait, what's kyun again? Like like kyun's like
Butterflies.
Okay.
I would say like when you watch like a really good film, like a really touching, deep film, you'd be like, I'd be like wasn't the message in the film like gutto kita? Like it made me go like in my heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like it
okay.
moved you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I'm a big fan of onomatopoeias, Japanese
I
ones.
am too.
I need to do something about the dog. Hold on.
But yeah,
Pee.
You need to pee?
Yeah.
Okay, go pee.
one thing with onomatopoeias that I'm very familiar with is they do it a lot in manga, and I mean I guess in anime sometimes too, but mainly manga because you see these like words in the background, and it kind of like lets the author inform the reader like how maybe the character is feeling or like what the scene is like. So if you're ever reading. Maybe keep an eye out on those, and maybe you'll learn.
And then
some
I'll
new
learn
ones.
some.
Yeah.
Okay, bonus onomatopoeia. Sav, what do you think icha icha means?
Ita like yapping.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think it is. No, do you think that's close?
That's pretty much
Like we've
it,
been
isn't it?
kicking, like ita.
I think icha icha means more like PDA, like touching each other, kind of being.
Oh,
Have we been doing
okay,
that?
Yeah, well,
I don't think I've been touch kicking once.
okay, no, that's fair.
I know.
If I ita you, I'm so sorry.
You see a
Around.
couple and you're kind of like, ooh, they're kind of like icky,
Yeah.
but they're like, cause they're like all over each other. They're like, oh, they're like icha icha shiteru over there.
You guys, if we ita Kegan right now, we need to go to prison. That's crazy.
He is in our bed though.
He is.
So.
Bye.
Bye. Cute, cute.
Icha icha shite.